In the heart of the desert, where gold shines brighter than the sun and luxury is a way of life, lies Dubai, a city known for its skyscrapers, supercars, and royal family. At the center of this powerful kingdom is Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, the Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, and one of the richest and most powerful men in the world. On the outside, his life looks like a fairy tale. He has wealth beyond imagination, royal palaces, private jets, thoroughbred horses, and everything money can buy. But behind the royal walls of the palace, something darker was happening, something even the gold couldn't hide. His own daughters were trying to escape. Princess Latifa and Princess Shamsa, two of Sheikh Mohammed's daughters, grew up surrounded by luxury. But what most people don't know is that their lives weren't as perfect as they seemed. They lived in golden cages, watched by guards, told what to do, and forbidden from making their own choices. They were princesses, but without freedom. Princess Shamsa was the first to try to run. Back in the year 2000, she was just 19 years old. She had been living in the UK with her family when one day she suddenly disappeared from the royal estate in Surrey. She had escaped. No one heard from her for weeks. Then, suddenly she was caught and taken by force. Reports say Sheikh Mohammed's men tracked her down in Cambridge, grabbed her off the street, and flew her back to Dubai by private jet. After that, she was never seen in public again. Years later, her younger sister, Princess Latifa, decided to try and escape too. She had been planning her escape for 7 years. Yes, 7 whole years of thinking, waiting, and secretly recording videos. In one of those videos, she said, "I'm not allowed to drive, I'm not allowed to travel, I'm not allowed to leave Dubai at all." She described how the palace was like a prison and how she feared for her life. In 2018, she made her move. Latifa disguised herself, met up with a trusted friend, and escaped across the border to Oman. From there, she boarded a yacht that was supposed to take her to India and then to the United States, where she would finally be free. But her freedom didn't last long. Just a few days later, the yacht was surrounded by Indian and Emirati commandos. They stormed the boat, used force, and took Latifa back, screaming, crying, desperate. She was dragged back to Dubai and then vanished. Months went by with no news. Many people believed she was gone forever, but then came the video, a secret recording Latifa had made before her escape. In it, she talked about her father. She said, "He's done this to so many women. He doesn't care." She was afraid he would lock her up just like her sister. She even said that if the video was being released, it meant she was either dead or in a very bad situation. The world reacted with shock. How could this happen in one of the richest cities on earth? The truth hit hard. Money and power couldn't hide everything. International human rights groups started demanding answers. Famous people like former UN officials and even British royalty got involved. People asked, "Where is Princess Latifa? Is she safe? Is she even alive?" For a long time, Dubai stayed silent. Sheikh Mohammed didn't say much publicly, and neither did the rest of the royal family. But behind the scenes, there was pressure, a lot of pressure. Then came another surprise. Latifa's stepmother, Princess Haya, the wife of Sheikh Mohammed, also fled Dubai with her children. She escaped to the UK, saying she feared for her life. In court, she accused Sheikh Mohammed of trying to intimidate her, and she spoke about the treatment of Latifa and Shamsa. The UK court agreed with her, saying Sheikh Mohammed had caused intimidation, threats, and abduction. All of this caused a huge scandal. This wasn't just any man. This was a global leader, a billionaire, and a royal. And now, the world was looking at him very differently. In 2021, new photos surfaced showing Princess Latifa in public for the first time since her capture. The Dubai royal family claimed she was safe and living with them, but her friends said those photos were staged. She looked tired, uncomfortable, and watched. Latifa later managed to contact human rights activists, confirming she was not free. She said she was being held in a villa, under armed guard, and not allowed to go anywhere. She was still a prisoner, just in a prettier cage. Eventually, under global pressure, Dubai allowed her more freedom. In 2022, Latifa appeared in Europe and was finally able to travel. She was spotted in public places like airports and cafes, smiling, but never really saying much. No interviews, no deep explanations. It seemed like a silent agreement had been made. She got some freedom, but only if she stayed quiet. As for Princess Shamsa, things are even more mysterious. No one has seen her in public since 2000. That's more than 2 decades of silence. Her name comes up in reports and court documents, but she has never spoken herself. Many people fear the worst, and her exact location remains unknown. It's hard to imagine what it feels like to be born a princess, but still feel trapped. To live in a palace, but dream of escape. To have everything, and still have nothing. Latifa and Shamsa didn't want to be famous. They just wanted to live their lives. They wanted freedom, love, friendship, and the ability to make choices. Basic human things. But in their world, those were forbidden. What's even more heartbreaking is how quiet the rest of the royal family has been. The other wives, the other daughters, no one says anything. Maybe they're afraid, maybe they're not allowed, or maybe they've accepted the rules, even if they're unfair. That's the scariest part. Because when silence becomes normal, injustice grows. Sheikh Mohammed still rules Dubai. He still shakes hands with world leaders and hosts glamorous events. But the image has changed. Behind every photo, behind every headline, there's now a shadow. The shadow of 2 daughters who tried to run. This story reminds us that even in the most beautiful places, there can be pain. That even the richest lives can be empty. And that sometimes, the people who seem the most powerful are the ones others fear the most. But it also reminds us of courage, of how Princess Latifa, knowing the risks, still tried. How she recorded videos to tell her story. How she begged the world to listen. And how, even though it took years, people finally did. Today, more people than ever are aware of what happened. The royal family may never admit the full truth, and the world may never know exactly what happened behind those palace walls. But the voices of Latifa and Shamsa changed something. They exposed a side of Dubai that few dared to talk about. Their story isn't just about escape, it's about bravery, about standing up, even when your world tells you to stay quiet. It's about fighting for your freedom, even if you have to do it alone. And it's a reminder to all of us that every person, no matter how rich or royal, deserves to be free. So next time you see the glittering skyline of Dubai or hear about a royal event, remember what lies beneath the sparkle. And remember 2 brave sisters who tried to break free, not for attention, not for fame, but just to live a normal life. If this story shocked you, imagine how many more voices are still unheard. Don't let Latifa and Shamsa's courage fade into silence. Share this video to spread their truth, and let the world know that even royalty can feel trapped. Hit the like button if you believe everyone deserves freedom, and subscribe for more real, powerful stories just like this. What would you do if you were in their place? Let's talk in the comments. Your voice matters. And together, we can make sure theirs are never forgotten.